horrors that are done in prisons and by policemen on people. I'm not saying everybody,
right,
but this goes on, and that's why when Rodney King was beat up in Los Angeles, and it was taped, and everybody could see what the police was doing to an unarmed man, a man of color.
You remember when we played that clip here on TV?
Beat him up.
This was just,
I mean, really hard.
You remember when we played that clip here with the police officers beat the gentleman, the Vietnam vet, inside by the elevator?
Yeah.
And it was just, and then they falsified the record saying that he pushed him, he never pushed him. And the camera, I mean, but
they got the badge, they got the uniform, they got the gun.
But they call themselves how do we use justification when they're saying they're looking out for justice?
Yeah. Well, that's why programs like Peace Talk Radio are important, because we expose things. We bring them to the light of day, and that's the way you get public opinion, which gets mobilized and can affect change. So I admire Abdikarim here and his fellow students and others who are fighting for their people.
Caller, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Before yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. How do you feel about the people who are killing your people? How do you what is your emotional or mental thought on it?
Okay, this is how things work. These people who are killing hired by the government, anyone who have, because there is no much work at the country, because only it depends on military industry to just brutality for his own people. These people, they tell them whatever they tell, and they train them, and there's no mercy for people. It's like you come to, you don't even treat animals like that, because if there is a humanity, it will be better situation. And the accountability is on the leadership, because the leadership is the one who instigating this violence. They are the one who getting the money out of this violence. They are the one who benefiting about this violence. The military is just still like a hire for people to kill. And that's what they do. But the leadership and the government and the people involved with the poverty, this is the people who are responsible for this one, and they are the ones who can change. If they ask them, they resist the change, because this is going on so far, so long. No one did anything can benefit on the humanity, and we can experience in here. But I would like to say the final thing is this. We appreciate, in general, to say Americans. Americans, when we're outside, they stand for liberty. Give me liberty, give me death. We hear from the Americans, and we see from there. But time to time, we do our own mistakes, and that's how human beings do that. But someone like you and Abdi and anybody corrected for our mistakes. But we have to realize and tell the public. We've been quiet. We're not going to be quiet on this issue. It has to be standard. We have to talk about it. We have to tell the other radio shows. We have to tell the other journalists. We need to talk about somebody have to connect with someone to stop these things.
Okay.
It's a human being who are suffering. Thank you.
I want to know what is your feeling? Not your feeling. I know you. How do you feel? What does it make you feel like inside? Because I think a lot of times on Peace Talk Radio,
I feel like nothing, because I'm here, and I'm just because I'm a less human being. Because my family, my people died there, and I don't have nobody have to see it, and no concern or anything. I'm just feeling bad as much as I can. But when I see someone like you on the radio show, it makes me somebody can do something. It's the two things going on. You don't have. I cannot give up hope. But for me, I am feeling what happened to my people. Like the people calling, so died. The country people died. The farmers died. This is bad for no reason whatsoever.
Yes. You know, I saw a little notice. I think it was in the Spectrum. That's the student newspaper of NDSU. And it said the Somali students were going to show a film about the Ogaden and the abuses and going on. I went down to see it, to learn. And that's when I met Abdikarim. And two young British students somehow got into the Ogaden and secretly took pictures of torture, of murder, of rape, of all kinds of horrible abuse. And they smuggled these films out, and then the Somali students here showed them. So that's how I found out about this. And now we're continuing this exposure of these crimes to the world, to our little world, which is Fargo Moorhead and the people who listen in. So anyway, Mr. Caller, I was saying Nabat Delio, thank you for calling. I hope you'll call again.
Thank you, because we have other people that are trying to call, and thank you for giving us a call here on Peace Talk Radio. We welcome all your calls and all your emails, and to let people know that it's the justice we're looking out for, and it's not just the justice for certain people, but all people. And I think that's, it says, when we talked about the international Constitution of Human Rights, Lou, we know that the United States is still not part of that, right? And they have refused to be a part of that international court of justice. And I always wanted to know why. And I think
because we have enough right wingers to defeat the possibility of doing it.
We have another call on the air. Yeah. Welcome to Peace Talk.
Good morning,
Radio.
Sir. Good morning.
Hello, am I on?
You sure are.
Yeah, I would like to first thank you guys for even talking about the issue of Ogaden. It is like hush-hush situation in Africa. My name is Nagi Abdullahi. I'm originally from Ogaden, and I was there back in 1994. It's really heartbreaking that we are in America and we talk about all the issue of human rights and equal living for everybody and stuff like that. But America is the largest money donor to Ethiopia. And that money is colonized and is money atrocity committed by the Ethiopian military to Ogaden people, and nobody's talking about it. And we still, my tax money is going to Ethiopia to torture my people. Yeah. So I really like what you guys talking about. It's heartbreaking. I was in Ethiopia back in 1994, and they will kill. What they do is like something called collective punishment. Oh. Like if you are really like a supporter of honor level, or even if you're one member of your family are in the honor level organization, then you have to pay the price. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether you believe in honor level, whether you believe, even if you don't do anything, even if you are okay with their torture, they're still gonna torture you. They're still gonna put you in jail. And the people that they kill, they're not even going to let you bury. And they will pray around to see if anybody has any emotions. And if you show any...
By the way, that was one of Hitler's tricks.
Yeah, and then if you show any emotions, then you're going to go next.
Yeah. As you say, collective punishment. That's when the Nazis had an officer killed in the little town of Lidice in Czechoslovakia at the time. They killed all the men and destroyed the town to collective punishment for what one person did to a Nazi officer who was killed there. So this is the same thing they're doing in Ogaden, and we are not going to let up on this. We are going to continue to expose it until it becomes well known, and that's what the perpetrators of these crimes don't want. They don't want it to be brought to light. They want to keep it a secret,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw on the website, official website for the Ogaden, I think it was, I saw a picture of Hillary Clinton. Is there some kind of something happening that's putting pressure on Hillary to make
it's just a petition that's been created so that way, the more voice people out there, telling the governments about the situation, the more likely something will be done. And as Nega said it, the situation, that's happening on the ground on the Ogaden, I was a witness as a 7 years old. I mean, I'm glad I was out, and I'm in the United States.